Hey, welcome back to the Ocarina of Time walkthrough. Previously, I finished the third dungeon, inside Jabu Jabu's belly, and I got, of course, the boomerang, as well as the spiritual stone of fire. But now that I'm back out here in Zora's fountain, after that very flirtatious scene with Princess Ruto, now that I'm back out here in Zora's fountain, go ahead and play the sun song to change the time to night, and then over here you climb up on this fallen down tree. I'm not exactly sure where it grew out of, but it's here. But you want to climb on top of it, face at this wall, and then collect this golden skulltula token. Very good. Alright. And if you have not actually collected the spell at the Great Fairy's Fountain in the southeast corner of the map, there is a bombable wall there, and then you can get Pharaoh's Wind there as a spell from the Great Fairy. There's also you roll into the tree, and then there's a golden skulltula, but I got that before doing Lord Jabu Jabu's belly. Alright, so here's Zora's domain. I almost said Zora's fountain. We just came from there. So you can see Princess Ruto is now standing next to King Zora, and she's just going to, I don't know, be very giggly, I guess. I don't know. So once you're done with that, I just jumped down this because oh yeah, I forgot I did this. I was just trying to get a fast way down here. I just wanted to side jump down there, but that apparently happened, and I took damage from it, but I don't care because it was kind of funny. I've never done something like that before in this game. Okay, with all that funny stuff aside, go ahead and climb the ladder and just go ahead and exit Zora's domain. You don't have to leave it like I did. I just left it that way. So anyway, you come out here, and if you remember a couple episodes ago, there was a piece of heart right here on this ledge. Here's some flashback footage here. It's a little bit slow, but it doesn't matter. So you can use the cucko to get it if you did it, or since now we have the boomerang, you could just use the boomerang to get it, you just do that. If the cucko did not cooperate, then I would have just used the boomerang. Alright, now I sped this up just because it kind of takes a while to travel in this game, and also I noticed I haven't been doing a lot of fast clips as much as I have for my Wind Waker series. I mainly use them just for sailing because sailing just takes a very long time in that game. But anyway, just go ahead and make your ways down to the entrance here of the the river. Gosh, I am not very on par with my locations today. Make your way down here and then back out in Hyrule Field. What you really want to do now is, since now that I have all 3 spiritual stones, it would be ideal now to go to Hyrule Castle, just as Navi said, and to visit Princess Zelda. So it's sort of a voyage from, Zora's fountain, but I mean, eventually you will get there, and after Navi annoying you, eventually you will make it there. Well, yep, Ganon is just as scary as we thought he was. But anyway, if you remember, Zelda threw something into the moat here. So you can see it's in the bottom of the water. So let's jump in and get it, shall we? Same way that we got the empty bottle. You press and hold the A button to dive down and pick up the Ocarina of Time. It's only been 11 videos so far, but now it's finally ours. So let's see what happens. Alright, first song learned with the Ocarina of Time. So the Fairy Ocarina is now completely gone. Very, very sorry, Saria. I'm sorry. The Ocarina of Time is a lot better than the Fairy Ocarina. Yeah, I mean, it's gone. No idea where it is. You open your inventory and it's just gone. Right here, I was just collecting rupees. If you don't remember, this is one very efficient way of collecting rupees in this game. But there's also another one that I will show off in a moment. And if you're wondering why I'm collecting rupees, it's not for this video, it's for the next video where actually I'm going to be using a whole lot of them. Okay, so that is one good way of collecting rupees, but I wanted to show another one off to you, and it's right here on the drawbridge. Now, it may not look like much, but actually these chains, you may have probably figured this out on your own, or maybe not, but you can actually climb up them and just by walking. It's like he's climbing up a steep staircase. And you jump off the side, and you can get 2 red rupees. There are 3 red rupees here. There's 1 on the top, and then if you jump off correctly, there's 1 in the middle. And this isn't just a one-time thing. You can reset the map, and then they will be there again. Obviously, you can't collect them at nighttime because, well, the drawbridge will be closed. But that is a very efficient way of collecting money in this game. And you can literally get it at any time. Just, I mean, I don't know, if you don't like waiting for night, just, you know, collect the Sun Song, and then that will help you out. Okay, so here in Lon Lon Ranch, I wanted to collect a few more golden skulltulas that I couldn't get previously. But now that I finally have things like, you know, the boomerang, so I can finally collect some that are available. You may have seen a few that were just a little bit out of your reach. One in particular here is this one on the upper window. You may have explored it and noticed it out of curiosity, but no, you could not have actually gotten it. So here is a golden skulltula token that I just collected, and there is one more to collect if you have not gotten the one in this tree yet. I did get the one in that tree, so if you didn't, go ahead and roll into that tree and then, you know, collect the token. And I actually misspoke. There are 2 more to collect in here, because I didn't get this one last time, even though I could have. I just thought I would save it for now. So there's one right here on the back of this, I don't know, roofed shed. Maybe I guess it's where the horses eat, where the trough is, or the, you know, feeding trough is. I don't know, but watch out for these Guays here. These Guays appear at night here, and you can defeat them using your sword, the slingshot. That one came really close to me. Or, you know, using the boomerang. They are kind of a pain to kill, but the way that they function sort of just like the Style children do out in Hyrule Field. And what I mean by that is you kill a bunch of them, and eventually you'll see some of them, they get bigger. And then, you know, it just keeps going on, they'll get bigger and bigger. Well, the same thing happens with these Guays, too. Now, I wanted to show something off so that, watch this, you play the Sun Song, and look at this, I'm already at the entrance. That's because this place does not have a day and night cycle, so wherever you played the sun, or wherever you entered and played the sun's song is, you know, where you'll be whenever the sun's song of the time changes. Okay, now to go all the way across the field to the northeast side, near the steps of Kakariko Village. And you may have noticed this small tree here to the left, but maybe didn't think anything about it. I don't know, it looks kind of suspicious to me. I don't quite trust it, so let's go ahead and set a bomb right here. Now, again, there's nothing too obvious that would make this understandable as how we know to do this, but that's because I actually got a few golden skulltulas a little bit later than I normally would. I normally actually have a lot more golden skulltulas in this, but I play, for the sake of this walkthrough, I play the game just a little bit different. I play it in a way that actually I think makes a little bit more sense, but like a lot of this stuff I probably would just wait until later to do. But I mean, this I would get right now. So anyway, down this hole, you can kill the big skulltula using the boomerang to paralyze it, and then you can just shoot the golden skulltula up there in the corner and collect it. Okay, with that out of the way now, let's actually go back to Kakariko Village, because there is a golden skulltula for me to get in the graveyard. You may have noticed it whenever I played the heart-pounding grave digging tour. And if you haven't played the heart-pounding grave digging tour, I recommend you would do some rupee grinding. So just jump off the drawbridge's chains, and then, you know, you can grind some rupees. So if you have not played the heart-pounding grave digging tour, and if you want that piece of heart, so I would recommend you play it, you know, so you can get the piece of heart. I already played it though. I played it actually the first time I was here, so maybe it was like the 4th or 5th video of this walkthrough. I don't quite remember. I think it was the 4th. I don't know. Anyway, so if you don't remember where the graveyard is, it is on the east side, so you come all the way this way. I probably could have sped this clip up, but I don't know. I guess I didn't think it was all that necessary. Here's the graveyard. The sign will even tell you that if you are lost. And it is early in the night, and you'll notice that I didn't make it midnight just to show you that Dampe, the gravekeeper, is only out from 1900 to 2100, which, if you don't understand 24-hour clock, that's 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So that's that for you. Anyway, you can play the heart-pounding grave digging tour if you haven't already to get the piece of heart, and the way that it works is you just, you know, have Dampe dig in the soft soil until you get the piece of heart, and it costs 10 rupees per, you know, hole. But anyway, if you've already done that like me, or if you don't care, don't worry about it, and then just collect the golden skulltula with the slingshot and the boomerang, or just the boomerang. So now, as you can see, I have 30 golden skulltulas, which means it is time to collect our next reward in the House of Skulltula. If you remember, after I collected the first 10, I got the adult's wallet. After I got the second 10, I got, I believe it was the Stone of Agony, which allows you to understand, or which allows you to know where secrets are. If you're playing with the Nintendo 64 and you have a rumble pack, it tells you, you know, where secrets are. However, though, I'm playing on an emulator, so I don't get to have the luxury of a rumble pack. Although, you don't even need it at all. Even to 100% of the game, a rumble pack isn't required. So, actually, I haven't even gotten the Stone of Agony yet because I was, you know, off doing stuff. So that's what this is right here. And you can even see that the item is shaped like a Nintendo 64 rumble pack, if you know what it is. But it is actually shaped like it, so I guess it gives you an idea of what it, if you know what it's supposed to be used for. Of course, as a kid, the first time I played this game was on the Wii's Virtual Console, so I had no idea what the rumble pack was. Anyway, so this third guy right here, he gives you the Giant's Wallet. Now you can carry up to 500 rupees, which, that again, that also does seem like a whole lot, although, you know, a lot of other games like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, you can carry up to, you know, 4-digit numbers, but 500 just doesn't really seem all that much. I don't know. Maybe everyone was just so poor back then that 500 rupees was just a lot of money, and then, like, later on, the inflation just happened because, you know, Hyrule Castle had to relocate, and it cost a lot of money to build it, and as well as, you know, rebuilding Hyrule Castle town and, you know, give all the people jobs. So, there you go. There's your economics lesson for the day. Okay, now that I'm done with that, actually, our next goal, or our next destination is Kokiri Forest, and you might be very surprised to hear that, but yes, that's right. If you remember, actually, there was a bombable wall in the basement of the Great Deku Tree, and I wasn't able to access it due to the lack of bombs. So I have had bombs for quite a while now, so you may have been wondering, well, why hasn't he gone back to access it? Well, that's because you also need the boomerang to you know, collect a golden skulltula behind there as well, because it is just out of your reach, it's high up on the wall, and you can't really get it yourself. So as you can see, I took the long route and actually, you know, manually traveled to Kokiri Forest myself. But here's a tip for you. If you save your game and then reopen it while you are outside of a dungeon, you reopen your file after saving, then you will reappear in your treehouse, so you don't have to do too much walking. It's a very, very useful tip, and I actually do it quite often. I just don't do it for the sake of this walkthrough because I don't want my footage to get corrupted or something like that. Alright, so here I am in Kokiri Forest, and playing the Sun Song wasn't necessary. I just wanted it to be daytime, just because it looks prettier and I get to hear the nostalgic music that I love. Alright, Great Deku Tree. Pretty sure you know where that is at this point. If you didn't, that would honestly shock me. I mean, there's a very obvious place right there on your map. But anyway, it is time to venture all the way back there. So let's go ahead and quickly make a run for it here. And watch out for these Deku Babas here, these withered ones, of course. They're somewhat stationary. They can't bend out to try to attack you. I guess their body's just too stiff for that. So here we can see the late Deku Tree. If you remember, he died after we defeated Queen Goma. So very sad, but we gotta move on. It's very sad. Anyway, come inside here, and it's been a while since we've been in this place, so we'll say that. Go ahead and jump all the way down and witness Link scream. There you go. Climb up this block, which thankfully is always safe, so you don't have to go around the 3 rooms again just to get to this one room. You can just take your shortcut. It's permanent, which is great. Some shortcuts are permanent in Zelda games, and some of them aren't. Like, for example, that one in the Dodongo's Cavern with the blocks that I mentioned, you push the blocks out of the way, but if you reset the room, then it resets the blocks. But it doesn't do that here. I don't understand why, but it just doesn't. Okay, anyway, that aside, go ahead and pull out a bomb and destroy this wall. And I'm surprised that it didn't kill the Deku Baba with it. And, oh dang, I got hurt. I'm not good at avoiding damage from these Deku Babas, if you couldn't tell. Okay, so you can see there's a skulltula right there. Not necessary to kill, actually. But this golden skulltula is right here on the map. So now I finally have all the golden skulltulas, and I don't think I actually pointed this out in the last video, but you can tell you have all the golden skulltulas in an area if you see a golden skulltula icon on the map subscreen, not on the quest status subscreen, on the map subscreen next to the dungeon name. And this also works in the overworld too. You have to hover your cursor over a certain dot location. For example, if you hover it over Lon Lon Ranch now, it'll say that we have gotten all the golden skulltulas in that area. So that's pretty helpful. Now, sometimes on certain versions of the game, it works a little bit differently. For example, it will not say that I have all the golden skulltulas inside of Kokiri Forest until I legitimately get all the ones in Kokiri Forest and all of the ones inside of the Great Deku Tree as well. But some of them work differently. It is kind of weird, so I wouldn't necessarily rely on that system. I would sort of rely just based on your memory. Anyways, that is all to do here, so got a whole lot of grinding and side quest stuff done, so join me in the next video where we will be doing even more side quests.